What's good? What's good? What's good? We're back. We are back in this thing. It's your boy B Neil, aka Emerald Thoughts, aka your favorite casual man. Hey, they call me the LeBron hater, and or at least one of them. They say it's one of my favorite daytime jobs, but in the reality, I just like to be objective. But I ain't gonna lie, it's looking bad for that Lakers team with Luca. They had a chance to pull it off. Two double-digit point leads back to back in the first and second half, just blown. I think they had at least a 8 point lead going like 7 minutes left. That shit evaporated with three back-to-back threes um from and Nas Reed, and it just got really ugly as far as the odds for the Lakers being able to pull this out when they went on that run. And it just kind of speaks to some of the things that I kind of noticed in the first half with that game, and how, yeah, LeBron and Luka played pretty good. They both had 20 points at half, but at the same time, they were down three going in the half, and I thought that said a lot. And more than anything, it just was like, do we expect him to keep up that same production both halves? Luka did, but LeBron kind of fell off in a sense. He only had, I think, two attempts, maybe in the second half. 0 minutes, 0 points scored in the fourth for sure, and then 46 minutes. Whether it's LeBron choking or LeBron just too tired and fatigued and playing two straight quarters, which I kind of think that's a JJ Redick panic move. You got to trust in your guys. Like, where the fuck is Dalton Connect? Is he hurt? Says active. Like, where the fuck is Dalton? Like, you gotta trust your guys to be able to at least play 5 minutes for your vets to be able to come off the court just for a minute, and that got to be talked about. But yeah, it's not just LeBron, it's not just Luca, it's not just JJ, but they all had a part in it. LeBron had a big turnover late, huge turnover late with the out of bounds at half court. Turned it over. That was huge. Back door, the foul that he had, they gave and two free throws. That was huge. So everybody has a little culpability in dealing with what happened tonight, and it sucks for the Lakers because a lot of people had them as Western Conference contenders, and I said I could see them being a contender, but I also thought this was a series that had upset running over most series in the playoffs. I said going into the podcast, I think going before the playoffs even started, this was my favorite upset of the whole bracket. And they're just going off of matchup size and actually being a superstar and being able to maybe match Luka. And I said, will the next question be, will Austin Reeves be able to match, or not necessarily Austin Reeves, will you got Ant versus Luka, maybe they're gonna match each other production. Then you got LeBron. So it's like, who can match LeBron's production? You got kind of Julius Randle. Maybe he could do that. Maybe he can match Austin Reeves. One of those guys he can match. I say more likely Austin Reeves. So then you leave DiVincenzo, Nas Reed. What's the guy that plays small forward? McDaniels. Can those three guys and they self kind of match LeBron's overall output? And I was like, it's interesting. I think they possibly could, along with those size matchups and things like that. So it was an interesting thing that I seen kind of going into this playoffs, and I think it came to fruition. Also, like I said, with Lakers, they had a lot of tests they had to answer to. A lot of tests that the Lakers had to answer to as far as the off ball, who's going to play off ball, is the person that's playing off ball going to be able to stay consistently a good second option, like versus are they, because you got to think when they're the first option, they bring a certain level of production. Can they match that same level of production as a second guy? Maybe, maybe not. And that, at least in the first months, 2, 3, 4 months of being together, they might not be able to figure it out. And I thought that could become a potential issue. They haven't been playing together for years, so I feel like LeBron and Luka, the dynamic can work if they can figure it out in the short term. But I feel like long term, when certain teams match up and certain teams decide to have certain defensive principles, how will it affect how they go into a game? And this was an interesting game, I think, kind of called that out because it's almost like they went hero ball from the coaching to the players. LeBron and Luka, first two quarters, both had 20. You look at the stat sheet, only other person I think had a bucket may have been Austin Reeves with like 3, and then I think Rudy might have had like 6 at half. But it was all the production coming from 2 guys, and that's not team or really championship basketball or playoff basketball. Like, that's not going to get you far if you only got 2 guys that's going to be able to get you that much production, unless these guys are going to give you 80 points to combine, which if LeBron honestly matches his first half total, it's possible. But that's a lot to ask from 2 guys to be able to both put up 40 in 4 quarters. And everybody else still eat. So it's a weird thing that they have to figure out. So I feel like first half they went hero ball. Second half, I wasn't really able to watch it, but only 19 points in the fourth. That's tough. They had a good third quarter and they just folded in the fourth. And I don't know if they just due to the lack of the chemistry or what, but you could just tell over time how those flaws was gonna come out, because just like I said, I really believe it's just a lack of chemistry. Honestly, Luka's a superstar, LeBron's a superstar, but there's only so much you could do, especially playing that way. And y'all haven't figured it out. Then you go to what, like I said, with JJ Redick, as far as his version of playing hero ball, you don't pull those guys out in the last like 2 minutes. The last 2 quarters. Like, that's insane. That's insane. Let's look it up. See if we can find some conversations. All right, before half, he knocked that bucket down. That was huge. I feel like it should. See what people saying about JJ. Guys, Luka single-handedly is keeping Minnesota in this game with his turnovers. The points don't mean shit if you get a ball away multiple times down the court. And a lot of defensive possessions, too. They were going right at Luka. Well, looking at the stats, Luka had 4 turnovers. Yeah, I don't know when those came up. Only 2 assists. For a guy that's going to be that ball dominant, only having 2 assists is not great. LeBron, at least he still had 8 assists, 12 rebounds. So, yeah, Luka, as much as you love him, I feel like his style of play, it's not easy to win with. LeBron showed you can win with the isocentric basketball, but it's not easy. And LeBron played a different level of defense that Luka doesn't play. LeBron gives you more rebounds than assists. Well, not even more, but even in this moment, he's giving you more. And you need Luka to be able to do how LeBron performed. If you're going to have 38, you're going to have 5 assists, 5 rebounds at least. And that shit matters when you say it's a 3-point game. That shit's tough. You putting that game on LeBron, fuck no, JJ bad, coaching, Luka inability to get other guys involved, holding the ball too long, and force some shit. LeBron 40 is crazy in defensive end. Now, LeBron definitely was playing his heart out on defense. I'd say he was giving a lot of effort. He was still getting beat a couple times, at least in that second half that I was watching. I didn't really get to watch the third half as much besides the highlights. But, yeah, I'm not putting it all on LeBron. They all have they culpability to it. That's what I like. I think JJ, you should just give it 33% each way, honestly. You got JJ, LeBron, and Luka. And then let's just say 25, 25, 25. The rest of the team. I give it to 25% is LeBron's fault. He had that bad turnover. He had the foul on so the bad turnover at half court. He backdoored and fouled Anthony, which it's a game of inches. It could have went either way, but the foul led to 2 points. So at the end of the day, it hurt your team. You took the risk. You came up a little short. It sucks. It's sports. It literally could have been a clean block. It went out of bounds. It's their ball. Or a clean rip. So I'm not mad at that call going either way, but it so happened to go against LeBron in that moment. So that's a part of having to take responsibility. Only not scoring no points. I don't care, bro. You're a superstar. We talk about Anthony Davis and how we used to say you need to demand the ball and all this different shit. We used to criticize Anthony Davis for no different than one of the greatest players of all time in LeBron. No, you cannot score 0 points in a 3-point loss in the fourth quarter. You can't score 0 points in the fourth quarter in a 3-point loss. No matter how much the team, I mean, even then, the team was playing pretty good. The Lakers played good basketball. They were up 10 points multiple times throughout this game. So it just speaks to Luka, like you said, being too ball dominant, not getting other guys involved. JJ Redick literally not putting any other guys in. Like, how the fuck does Luka not be like not getting minutes? Like, I don't care. Like, he can't play 5 minutes. You can't just put him on the court for a possible 3-point bucket. What are we talking about? Like, it's weird. Let's look at, and let's be real. Outside of Dorian Finney-Smith, the only 3-point options is Austin Reeves and Luka Doncic. Oh, Rudy Hachimura got 10 attempts too. But he's your starter. So what about the guy, like, let's get some guys off the bench. Why not connect in some size? Like, I don't know. The guy that's going to run the court. Like, that's just, I don't know. Dorian Finney-Smith played 41 minutes, so Jackson Hayes didn't really get any minutes. Like, Jackson Hayes couldn't get 5 minutes. He got 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 points in 4 minutes. That's production. He couldn't play 2-3 minutes in the fourth just to get them guys some rest. Like, that's weird. Like, JJ panicked. Flying low active. Don't get me started on Reeves, saying he plays like he's black that cap. Mike Conley was backing his little ass down. Pause. Yeah, the Austin Reeves, he had a great third quarter. And that helped get him on a run, but it came up short. But in the first quarter, he just did not have anything going. So, I mean, first half, he didn't have anything going. Yeah, that's true. He tried. He's 40 playing that hard, 3 quarters. He went crazy defensively first half. Yeah, him and Ant in that second quarter was going at it. I love to see it. It was very fucking entertaining. I'll say that much. Very entertaining. And it was tough to see. Like, going 2-2, you like, all right, the series getting interesting. I think the Lakers become a little bit of the favorites again going back home. I think they start to grab a lot of that momentum back if they was to tie that series. So it would have been a completely dynamic changing, like, win for the Lakers. Like, most people would have thought they would have been the favorites to finish the series, maybe even in 6. So you win at home, you have a Luka game or a LeBron game 6 is over with. Now, I just don't think anybody thinks they're going to pull out a 3-1. Luka's temperamental. In these type of environments, who knows? Maybe he could pull it out. Sometimes, like when temperamental, he might go crazy. He might not show up. LeBron, in these moments when it's 3-1, I'm not going to lie. The history with LeBron when he feels like the series is over, it's not great. Besides the one series with the Warriors. Outside of that, the series with JR fucked up. He looked like he gave up after a certain point. What's some other series? The Magic, after that game winner. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Once he get down like 2 games, it's not just a guarantee that he's just going to put his foot on the gas. Like, who knows? But it's one of his last years. So it'll be interesting to see how he tries to go out. But it's going to take a hell of a hoorah. And all I'm going to say is, I'm not trying to shit on Bron, bro, because I understand. Like, you can't always come through, but brother, only shooting 9 shots. That's not gonna get it done. 18 free throws, like, I ain't gonna lie. That's just not enough. Like, the free throws is great. But at the same time, if you're not getting that whistle, what does your stats look like? So it's just interesting. It's just interesting to see what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to go past Game 6? Or is this shit in the bag? Because honestly, I think this shit's in the bag. Ever since Shannon Sharpe, they lost that greatest. They lost that greatest fan. Man, it's gonna be tough watching this. Look, Coward scared to take the last shot. Of course, he'll pass it. I feel like it's bad for the real Laker fans. Also, horrible coaching by JJ. I had to go back. I know when he got that ball on that time he passed to Austin Reeves, they didn't have a lot of time to work with, and he was pretty much like suffocated as soon as he grabbed it. Like, as soon as he got the ball, the guy like got on his hip, and unless LeBron just like post move, did like a spin off the post or something off the 3-point line, which I don't know how much time exactly it would have still had left after some shit like that. Yeah, it would have been tough. I'm not really on that one. But even the play that got drawn up, I don't know who's involved with that. Is that JJ? Is that LeBron? Wasn't a great spacing either. It had Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves all in one corner. It's like, I don't think that's how you want to do it. But I'm just a casual. JJ Redick coaching like he's playing 2K with fatigue players. I ain't gonna lie, he playing like niggas with fatigue on. When I got fatigue on, I'm like, fuck it, I risk the biscuit. I can't get a bucket with these niggas in. I know I get a bucket with that nigga on 0 stamina at least. But a nigga off the bench and I ain't got no good bench players, oh yeah, fuck it. Niggas at 45 minutes a game. JJ played 5 players the entire second half when they had the lead. LeBron never sat. That cannot happen if you want to win a championship. Talk about panicking. Yeah, I mean, that's prime. And what's the dude that used to coach the Bulls that coach the Knicks now? Whatever that coach is, that's prime his bag. Where you just override the horses, bro. You ride them into the ground and essentially. So it's a saying. When the team is on a run, like say you down 10 and you go on a run, sometimes that team that just came back 10 points, they exhaust themselves to a point where the team that would just gave up that lead could just put another distance to themselves. I feel like this kind of was like vice versa. They had a lead, and instead of taking them out, he tried to keep them in, which only made them more tired. So it just took away from their momentum, and over time, the defense is going to wear down. The offensive intensity is going to wear down. So that lead that you had is going to get killed. And then by the time they catch up, you're dead now. Like, you already missed your window to kind of pit stop. And now you're trying to keep the guys in here because it's crucial minutes. And it's like, they don't have nothing left. So, yeah, they was able to build this lead. And even that in itself is like, I don't know the third quarter minutes for Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, but even that might have been a part of why they built the lead so much. You left your starters in while we rotating our guys. So obviously you already got the matchup because it's starters versus role players and shit like that. So that in itself gave you this inflation in points. But when everything starts to even out, when we bring our guys back in, and once you start to get tired because you're not giving your guys no breaks and you're not rotating, we're going to start to cook y'all because we got energy and y'all don't. So it was definitely bad coaching. And JJ, I mean, it's a rookie mistake. He had a really good year, but it's one of those moments where it shows, like, even with all the guys you got, everybody's a part of the team, and anybody could be a part of making those mistakes that could affect them, whether it's on the court or off the court. And that's what happened today. And it sucks because the window wasn't long for this LeBron and Luka. Maybe next year, but I'm going to tell you this now, losing in the first round, not a good look. The energy going into next year, not going to be the same. If they would have went to the Western Conference Finals, people would have made up some excuses. People would have been like, oh, yeah, they, not even excuses. Would have brought up maybe some reasonable things. They didn't have that much time to gel. Role players wasn't that great. No big men. It's some reasonable shit to why I said I didn't think they should have been considered Western Conference favorites. But it would have made more sense for people to have confidence. Like, if we get the right pieces next year, they really going to make it to the finals. Now it's like, even if you add some pieces, are y'all good enough to make it to the Western Conference? Because OKC going to get better. Rockets going to get better. I don't know what the Warriors and Nuggets going to figure out. But possibly if the Nuggets get the right coaching, if Curry's still playing good, Jimmy's still playing good, and they add another guy, who knows? Like, Like, it's just not a guarantee next year. Like, this was a year where I feel like anybody could make it to the Western Conference, and I think that was kind of a part of why people had the Lakers as contenders, because they felt like the West was it's strong as far as like records and wins. Like, it's not like most of the people that made the playoffs in the West was over 500 by a good margin, but they still didn't feel like these teams were like necessarily championship level teams. So I feel like anybody feel like they can make it. So it's tough, and I still feel that way. I think the Clippers can make it. I think the Nuggets can make it. Obviously, OKC, and then the Rockets. The Rockets are up and down. Rockets are up and down. Let's actually go. Well, we can keep kind of talk about this. We'll talk about some more of the playoff games, actually. Let's see what my boy Flying Low saying. LeBron go out like this is a disgusting gentleman sweep. Yeah, it's tough. Tom Thibodeau. Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's very tough. Like, and the thing is, people are going to say he's 40, but I just think that's disingenuous, bro. Y'all say he's great, and there's a reason why y'all trying to say he the GOAT, because he's what he's able to do at 40. Y'all talk about how his stats is the same from 2010s. Is all this inflated shit? Is he still a guy that could lead you to a championship or not? Like, it just be real. Because y'all say, y'all trying to, like, people just legitimately try to say, like, he not washed. And it's mean, honestly. It's mean to call him washed, but he's not the same guy he used to be. That's going to help you get to a championship and backpack a team. 2010 LeBron with Luka, this is, like, what are we talking about, bro? Anthony Edwards, great. I love him. But two all-time guys, it's just different. And it could just be on the defensive end consistently. But I don't know. LeBron definitely has to be a little bit accountable, because I think, even though I'm saying, bro, like, he had 27. You can't get to you can't put up 5 points in the fourth to help your team close out a pivotal game 4. Like, I'm not asking LeBron James at 40 to drop 50 in a triple-double. I'm not asking him to backpack a team. Luka had 37. Austin didn't play great. But he ended up stepping up too. Enough to give you some points. And then even Rudy had 23. Rudy had 23. Austin had 17. Like, I ain't gonna lie. There's just, you gotta be a little accountable for a guy that y'all consider one of the best of all time, man. I gotta go back. I wish I should have went back right before I started this, because I'm not gonna be able to watch it on here. Some of just the shot selection late in the fourth that he took. Or how many shots did he even take? Let's look up basketball. Let's see basketball reference. This is not the last game. They might not have updated it yet. Let me see. LeBron coming back, and he's still locked in as the top 10 player in the NBA at age 40. I can't slander. It's one of those, if you say top 10, I have to really say, do you think he's better than, and see it over under? Because LeBron stat-wise would be considered a top 10, but is he really able to carry a team to levels that you would think based on those stats? Because he had Anthony Davis. He got Luka. So it's not necessarily just him when some of these teams are showing success. So I just don't know how much of his game right now actually leads to him being a Western Conference contender. Or is he the bus? Like, I just don't know. Is he a bus driver still? Like, it's hard because when you look at the stats and even look at some of the moments that he has, you clearly still see it. But then when you see, like, certain results over the last 5 years, 7 seed, 6 seed, play in, like, it just wasn't looking the greatest. Even though the stats looked there, but back in the day, LeBron teams wasn't that great. and he was still carrying them with similar stats. So it's like he clearly was having a different level of dominance then than he does with the stats that he has now. So it's just like I don't know what level of dominance we give LeBron. And when we say top 10, you got Luka, you got Giannis, you got Jokic, you got Shea. Is Jason Tatum better than LeBron? I pocket that one for later. Possible. I don't know. It's hard to tell because once again, Jason Tatum's team's so good around him. I don't know what level of production of Jason Tatum is leading to just being the Celtics being dominant. It's a good question. I'll probably lean to Jason Tatum being better than LeBron right now, but let's pocket that. Let's look up 25 NBA All-Stars. Better than a lot of these guys. Anthony Edwards, he's proving that right now, so that'd be 6. Is he better than Victor Wembanyama right now? I don't know. That'd be because Victor's team haven't led to winning yet. So Victor got great stats, but I don't know. We'll see next year the level of dominance. But you said going into next year, I don't know. I think Victor going into next year, I'll probably have him being more dominant and more productive than LeBron. I don't know. Maybe his team don't get that far. We'll see. But he also don't have a Luke on his team. If he had a Luke on his team, they'd probably be in the playoffs. I don't know. Karl Anthony Towns, I ain't gonna lie. Yet to be seen. But this year, Karl Anthony Towns might prove that he's better than LeBron. I'm sorry. It's hard. That sounds. I'm not. That sounds crazy. I can't lie. It sounds crazy. But come thinking of history, but in reality, 24-12. You taking that or you taking LeBron next year? I don't know. I'm probably take Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know. Just if we saying next year going into the league, is LeBron a better player than Karl Anthony Towns? And if you're saying that, you picking him up next year over Karl Anthony Towns if you wanted to make a playoff run. I don't know. I'm probably not doing it. I'll probably put Karl. I said Giannis. All right, so that's he's around top 10. Cause I'm not giving him maybe Donovan Mitchell at 8. That'd be 8 guys. Maybe Donovan Mitchell. Maybe Kawhi. Oh, and Steph. Steph is definitely more productive and dominant than LeBron at this age. I'm sorry. I just think so. Donovan Mitchell is arguable like Jason Tatum, but honestly, going into next year, I would take Donovan Mitchell. I'm sorry, bro. Like I love LeBron's production. And I love his not this game, but the last game he played in them back-to-back, I think 3 back-to-back threes. That shit was insane. Like he's able to step up in a huge moment as the superstar that he could be. It's just I don't know consistently through 7 games. Because he technically got to be the main guy. It's not like he's going to be a good third option. Like, he ain't really shown that yet. Him and Luka don't seem like they really just gelling on a first and second option type basis. So I don't know. If you bring LeBron in, he's most likely going to be running the show. I'll probably take Donovan Mitchell. Look, you got LeBron. Next year, though, you're saying you would take similar stat production, less defense. Because 27, 6 and 9 versus 24, 8 and 8. Stats pretty similar, but I would say Jason Tatum defense at this point is way better. Jason Tatum's style of play for a championship offense is way better. Jason Tatum have to be nowhere near as ball dominant. There's so many guys on that team that's able to move with the ball. White could get a 20 points. Porzingis can get 20 points. Brown, any one of them can get 20, 30 points any given night, along with Tatum still being productive. He could be the first option every night, or he could be the third or fourth option and still be killing shit. So I would take Jason Tatum top 10 just off of adaptability on what you can ask for. Like LeBron as the it factor maybe, but even then, like, I'm taking Tatum, bro. Tatum can hit big shots. Tatum's not scared of the moment. Will they always fall? No. Can he make good passes? Yes. Like, so it's, for me, I'll take Tatum. I'll take Tatum. The fact, like, if you put him with any of these other superstars, he'd probably be better at adapting and playing with them than LeBron. And that's just off the fact of him been playing with Jaylen Brown his whole career. Like, that in itself shows. You can probably argue Jaylen Brown is better than LeBron James right now. Going into next year. Because do we think LeBron's going to give the same production at 41 as 40? Do we think he'll match the same level of stats, or do we think he might have a little tick down again? Who knows? Jaylen Brown, 22, 4, and 6. LeBron at 22, 25, 8, and 8. He's killing Jaylen Brown at pretty much all of those statistics, but Jaylen Brown also plays with 4 or 5 other guys that are serious options, still able to be productive, and can step up at any moment. If you was to ask me, I might take Jaylen Brown. And I'm not saying for a fact. Like, LeBron, the fact that he's even arguable isn't a testament to LeBron. I'll tell you that much. But I'm just saying, going into next year, top 10, it's not guaranteed for LeBron. Look at James Harden's stats. Like, going into next year, and what if James Harden actually beat the Nuggets? They make it to the Western Conference Finals, or they have a good series versus OKC. They kind of stay somewhat healthy next year. If that's just a possibility, I would be forecasted to pick James Harden over LeBron going into next year. 23 points versus 24 points. 9 assists, I'm rounding up, versus 8 assists. And then 6 rebounds versus 8 rebounds. Defense probably somewhat similar. But I don't know. It's arguable with James Harden because he's never been able to step up in the hugest moments like LeBron could. So that'd be James Harden downside. But as far as season-wide performance, I would probably think James Harden has a better opportunity to have a better year than LeBron James going into the next year. And it wouldn't be that hard. The old man seen how hard I'm windmilling LeBron. Wait, what did it say? If the old me seen how hard I'm windmilling for LeBron. Oh, that shit funny. I see what you're saying. You used to not fuck with LeBron. Then Aaron Fox ain't nice. That'd be nice to see, but I'm just saying Aaron Fox ain't Luka. But Aaron Fox is nice, and I think they should. If they don't make the playoffs next year, it's a travesty. They definitely need to make the playoffs next year. What else you said? Put LeBron on the Celtics with their roster and move Tatum. They won't lose any production, and they would be a 1 seed. That's not true, bro. That's not true, bro, because now you force the roles to be different. Derek White is going to be more of just a spot-up shooter. He's not going to get as much on-ball possessions. Drew Holiday's going to get less possessions, and he already get dribbling, and he's not necessarily a spot-up shooter. Like, you're going to start putting guys that Porzingis just going to be sitting in the corner. Pick and rolling, but most likely going to be popping. Like, it's just the dynamic of how that team would play, it wouldn't flow the same, and it's very similar to why KD and Draymond used to go at it so much. Styles of play can clash when we are free-flowing offense and we kind of keep the ball moving. We shoot a lot of threes. Like, LeBron, it could work because they do shoot a lot of threes, and they are pretty good at shooting threes. So the one thing, too, with those guys are decent three-point shooters. So it could work. But at the same time, if you're relying on them to just be three-point shooters throughout the whole season, when it comes to the playoffs, your offense is gonna get stagnant. You're gonna want them to step up, but LeBron's ball dominant. So then you got LeBron. It's gonna be LeBron being ball dominant with a hella production. Because let's just look up What is it? PRA. I think it's PRA of Tatum. Nah, I'm not PRA. It's PER. I'm thinking about the rebounds assist shit. I'm about to say, what did advanced stats say? Usage. That's what it's called. Usage rate. So 31. So his usage is kind of high, but I still think usage is it could be looked at differently, just based on how I don't think Tatum is nowhere near as ball dominant as LeBron, but similar usage. So 30. His usage is a little bit lower this year, but I still think LeBron tends to ISO a lot, and then that leaves James Brown. I mean James Brown. I can't believe I said that shit. But that leaves Brown pretty much to get the leftovers, and then that means it's really less options for White, really less options for Porzingis. I just don't think that offense flows the same. Not playing Dot to connect is a misstep. Leak audio. JJ read it during heated timeout. Jesus fucking Christ. Stop looking around. It's the fucking playoffs. That's not coaching. Unless we talking. Let me look at the context real quick. Look up the Celtics 3-point percentage every game. And shoot the long ball. Lock up on defense. Now, it could work. I just don't think they would be nearly as good. I think Jason Tatum is more adaptable because what about the nights where you want LeBron to be the third option? Like Jason Tatum, some nights don't go in as the number one option. Every night LeBron has played in his career, besides really this year, he was the number one option, and that's what he's used to playing with, and that's how everyone has played with him. And that is not the easiest to play with a guy like that when it's a team game and you come from a different type of system. And that's why some guys struggle with LeBron versus other guys when they was in other systems play good. Then LeBron will try to draft for or trade for those guys, and they don't give him nearly the same type of game that they gave on, say, they was on a Jazz or whatever team that they may have came from. So that's just a part of it, and I think it's no different with the Celtics. Like, yeah, they're a good 3-point shooting team. Yeah, they're a good defensive shooting team, but Tatum being so adaptable where he could be the one, let's say 40, like the number one option 45 to 60% of the nights in the NBA season, but the other 30-40% is other guys that was the number one scoring option, and that gives guys confidence going into the playoffs. That gives guys momentum going into the playoffs. That gives guys and the coaching understanding on how they need to operate and use certain guys or who they could use and plug and put in certain pieces, because it's other guys that shown that they could be feasible. That's why you can get a Pritchard or so many different guys that came out of there from the bench, from Scary Terry, bro. It's so many guys, obviously smart, so many guys that came out of that system because it's so many. It's so productive for someone to be able to eat in. And it's not killer famine. Like, if you ain't the top guy, you ain't really getting no looks unless it's one night out the year. That's just not how the Celtics work. Versus LeBron, bro, 96% of the nights, he's going to be the guy that dominates the stats on his team. And it might be one or two nights throughout LeBron James' career where it's another guy on his team that actually outshine LeBron. And then when it comes to the playoffs, he won't do is to step up. It was like, well, damn, you probably could have let them get some more burn, because this is the same thing as in a game. It's a microcosm of playing out into how it could play out in the season. In a game, you focus on getting other guys going until you need to get going. So other team going to run, you step in. It get late in the second quarter or the fourth quarter, that's when you come up and do your thing. But you put the other guys throughout the rest of the game in good position so they can stay confident throughout the rest of the game. So when you need them, let's say it is a shot that they need to make in the fourth quarter, it might just be one shot they're ready for it. That's the difference. Same thing in a long NBA season. You give other guys certain nights where they can go off because you don't need every night to go off. You know, when the playoff come, you like Jimmy Butler. Maybe that's why the Heat were so good. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just thinking. I'm really just like hypothesizing or hype. I'm really just thinking. Right? This is not a fact, but you letting these other guys have good nights when it comes to the playoffs. They ready. They like, bro. I had a 40-point night one night. I dropped 10 times this season. I had a bunch of games. I had over 10 points almost every game. And I'm just a role player. Niggas going into the playoffs feeling confident, just like a Jordan Poole. Like, nigga, you on a team with legends, nigga. You still gonna get your shots. You gonna still be able to have nights where nigga, you just eat. Curry, like, nigga, I drop 15 tonight. Poole, go have fun, nigga. Go have 38. Then it come to the playoffs, nigga, can't help them get a championship. Versus LeBron. LeBron is a stat hogger, bro. You not about to outperform LeBron. And like I said, that shows up late in the season. That shows up late in the playoffs. Your guys nowhere near as confident when you ain't really that guy. Unless you really playing with other superstars, then that's you kind of missing out. So I think that's the difference with, like I said, even that Heat team. Like with with Jimmy. Jimmy be chilling in the regular season. So he letting Bam cook. He letting Hero cook. He was letting Duncan cook. He was letting Gabe Vincent cook. He was letting one of the twins from the Hornets, I forget the dude's name, the Martin brothers cook. Letting all these niggas cook. Come to the playoffs, Jimmy going to his Jimmy bag and Spoelstra can go 10 deep in the lineup and know exactly when and how to use certain dudes because I ain't let y'all niggas eat throughout the whole season, bro. That's a certain level of, you gotta understand that when it like that helps build chemistry. That helps build understanding of a team. That helps build confidence. You ain't always got to be the guy. And for, like I said, 90% of LeBron's career, show me throughout any given season where it was guys that outperformed him more than 10 times in that season. Like on his team. A guy scoring more than him. A guy having more assists than him. Even when they're not good. Like the Mo Williams. One time I think Mo had dropped 50. Like I don't think Mo had 50 with LeBron. He might have had it. I can't remember. I know he dropped 50. Yeah, it was with the Timberwolves. It was after LeBron. He dropped 52. But it's like, let them niggas have nights where they can go crazy, bro. And he let them hoop, but they was on a leash because it's like, nah, this my show, nigga. But that's just my perspective. This ain't college, JJ. I ain't gonna lie, you gotta keep your composure. Cause this is how I look at it. And this is a guy from the outside in looking in. Maybe I'm crazy. With JJ in this situation, if you feel like your guys have a problem, it's your job to come up with a solution and not just like bitch and fuss at them. Like that don't help the moment. That don't help the situation. That's like how I think of just you trying to get to a task and the task is hard, but and somebody on the job that's complaining the whole time. It's like, no shit, this shit's hard, but are you gonna help us fix a problem or are you just gonna keep bitching like that's gonna help fix the situation? Really, it's just gonna make it worse because we just getting more negative. So as a coach, it's your job to see if your guy is looking around. Why is he looking around? Talk to him, be able to put some game in his ear. Now, this is just one moment, but how I know JJ, once he loses temper, bro, it's over with. I've seen how JJ handle himself with media and shit like that. He don't seem like a guy that's well-tempered. I'm sorry. And that's coming from a guy that's not well-tempered. I get a lot of energy how I get from I see a lot of me and JJ. It's how fiery JJ be. So I know. And even then, I think JJ even more intense than me, honestly. Like JJ don't never look like he's having a good time. So yeah. I could just think how that's not as good as he think it's gonna come off as coaching. In high school, you could put a fire in somebody's ass. And then even in professional, you could put fire in people's asses, but bro, at the same time, you're talking to Luka, LeBron. They don't really need to fire up their ass. They really need game plan. I just be honest. Just being honest. Like, yeah, it's just like he kept repeating, stop looking around. That's just a bunch of random clips. I was like, thinking all I had to do with JJ. See, but this is the thing. That's the game. It's either one or the other. LeBron did it last. I think LeBron did it last game. Luka did it this game. But it's hard for them to both keep their chemistry together and both be able to flow. Like Kyrie was a perfect second option because he's not necessarily a guy that needs the ball to be able to score. You could kick it to him. He could hit a pull-up three. He could hurry up and pump fake, get to the basket quick. He can make quick decisions. Luka, he gonna hunt for a shot. LeBron, he gonna hunt for the pick and roll. He gonna hunt for the assist, and that takes time. Versus like a Kyrie and second options, you want them to kind of be just here. I'm gonna kick it to you. You should be able to pull up and shoot. Hey, be a good slasher. Hey, be like a good second, like just like I forget what's the word I'm trying to think. Just being able to bounce off the number one option, pretty much. Pause. Like that's pretty much what I'm trying to say. Like with two options, that's number one. They're not necessarily gonna bounce off each other. A lot of times they're gonna clash, and especially when their games are so similar. Like if LeBron wasn't so much of a ball dominant guy, or Luka wasn't so much a ball dominant guy, and they were more of a catch and shoot guy or a slasher, it might work a little bit more. That's why the D Wade thing kind of ended up working itself out over time because D Wade could score very quickly. D Wade could score in the mid range and get to his shot really quickly. He didn't necessarily have to hunt for his shot. So and he could slash and stuff like that. So D Wade was able to figure it out, but it wasn't necessarily the easiest for D Wade as coming from being a number one option. So that's the thing I was kind of say about LeBron. People are so easy to criticize Luka for, but it's like, well, no one ever called LeBron out for that, and that's what a lot of his, counterparts, not the counterparts, but the people on the outside would say about Bron. They pretty much like he put guys in the corner, make Kevin Love stand in the corner, make Chris Bosh go stand in the corner. But people weren't trying to hear it. But now it's Luka. They getting that shit off. LeBron dead didn't touch the ball in the last 5 minutes. I see JJ screaming his head off, trying to run the same offense with Luka, bringing the ball up. It's not working. Bro, they're trapping Luka at half court. But at the same time, when does LeBron step in and make an adjustment? It's a 3-point ball game, bro. All we saying is like 2 possessions. Like y'all were up 11 multiple times, up double digits multiple times. Last 5 minutes, you didn't get 1 touch, and it's a 3-possession game. And really, it was 3-point game. And really, without that foul at the end, bro, like y'all, like they were only down 1. So like when I say 1 possession, like I legitimately mean like all you needed to make was adjustment was on literally legitimately 1 possession or 2 possessions, and he wasn't able to do that. And I don't think that's asking too much. You could blame JJ, you could blame Luka, but at the same time, what do y'all talk about AD? Why he don't demand the ball more? Why he wasn't being more aggressive? Why he not screaming for the ball? Why nobody giving LeBron that same energy? Yeah, to a degree, I think LeBron might change the dynamic. Bryce hot-headed. What? I never thought that. Touche. JJ Redick coached this game like it was 2K. We read that already. JJ Redick calls out the refs. That's not. I mean, you down 3-1. Who cares?
just start with Luka got tripped. I mean, that was a blatant trip. He doesn't just fall on his own. We watched it. You know, he gets tripped. So we should have been at the free throw line. That's not an excuse for why we lost, but he fell. We had a chance to go up.
That shit go both ways. One possession game, bro. You can't blame it on the refs. I think JJ has mostly been a very good first-time head coach. This series is going to be a learning experience for him. Yeah, man. I hate to be pessimistic, but it's very similar to Tom Thibodeau. It's hard to change a behavioral reaction. It's like your defense mechanism. For him not to go with any other, for him not to put anybody else in the game for 2 straight quarters, bro. I like that might be something that's a short circuit when moments get tense. JJ might not be the guy. I'm just sorry. That's a certain level of panic that I don't really see often. Like, I see coaches, they call a timeout when they ain't got no more timeouts, or they sub a guy when they probably should have kept another guy in. Like, little shit like that, intricate shit, like, but not, like, that's fundamental shit. For you to get away from the fundamentals when times are tough, that might speak to an integral fault that's in there. That might not be something that could be, like, really coached out of. Like, even with the Dan Campbell kind of situation with the Lions, like, he falls back on going for it on 4th down. He falls back on going for it 2-point conversions, and it leads to his team being 12-5 or whatever it may be. But when it gets to the playoffs and other teams are fundamentally sound, your team end up on the losing end of things 2-3 years in a row when your team was the favorite to go to the Super Bowl. Like, that might be an integral fault as a coach. Like, and it's the same with, like, people say with James Harden. People love to say about my favorite player, Russell Westbrook. Like, in certain moments, like, Russ do have moments where he just, that same hard, fast-paced style of play, in the clutch moments, it can work because you're being aggressive, but a lot of times it can go against you because you got to slow shit down. And a lot of people call that out in Russ. He's made a lot of clutch shots, but at the same time, I've seen some shit go off backboards. I've seen turnovers. I've seen all type of stuff. And it sucks, but it's a part of reality when it comes to sports. No one's going to be perfect except for a couple guys that's out there, and that's why they Mount Rushmore type dudes. But, yeah, I think with JJ, be interesting to see how he plays out in the future in these pivotal moments for JJ, because it's, like I said, to be able to get away from your fundamentals in a game 4 when you're going back home, bro. Like, you're going back home. Like, you have all the momentum. If y'all could just squeeze this game out, bro. Y'all were up 11 twice, bro. You could have rested the guys at any moment. Because you're going to give up a run, bro. You can't avoid that. So put your bench players out there. Give your guys a break. Let them make their run, so when you get into the late in the fourth, those guys actually got energy to play defense and fight back. But, nigga, you playing 24 minutes straight, nigga, your legs is dead. Like, what are we talking about? You're not closing out the same. You're not rebounding the same. And a big part of when I seen the Lakers go on runs, they was getting hella second chance rebounds. So I'm curious to see how – I'm not even curious to see. I already know all that shit starts to die out when you're tired, bro. You get way less aggressive. You're not setting pick and rolls as much. Like, niggas standing in corners, niggas looking around, bro. Your legs get dead, bro. All of that extra help, backside help, backdoor cutting, none of that's going to be there. Like, that's just fundamentals, like, knowledge, bro, in anything, any sport, bro. When you get tired, technique goes out the window. So you got to understand you're going to give up a run. Let your bench players give it up. It sucks. Maybe they surprise you. Maybe Dalton Connect hit a 3 or 2 that could leave LeBron out for another minute or 2. You don't know. Dalton had moments this season. Put him in. You're going to give up a run anyways. You can't avoid that. There's been runs both ways. But you're definitely going to give up a run if you leave your guys in there 24 minutes straight. It's a possibility you give up a run when you put your bench players in, but fuck it, you never know. Gabe Vincent might knock down a 3. I showed Jackson Hayes stats. He had 4 minutes. He had 3 rebounds, 1 point, and an assist. Like in 4 minutes. That mean he did something every minute. He couldn't get 6 more minutes. It's like you don't think he could get you an alley or a clutch rebound that maybe can extend the rest of your main guys? Like I said, that's just like I don't know, man. It is a lack of experience, but I mean, you don't have a long window. Like you think he's gonna be able to temper his emotions in a year? Like, bro, I trade stocks, bro. It took 5 ongoing years and still going to be able to manage emotions of when you're making and losing money. Still not easy. You know how intense these playoff games are? Like not being able to sleep, your legacy on the line, money's on the line, people contract, people way of living, whether they gonna be on the team or not next year. Like, nigga, this shit ain't easy. So to manage your emotions, that's some shit that takes coaches years, if ever, to figure out. Just like players. Some players never manage how to manage their moments in big moments. Or manage their energy in big moments. Like, just that's why we say some players clutch and some not. But what's really that mean? It's like when it comes to intense moments, when it comes to pressure, you don't even rise to your normal, like, or even, yeah, you really don't even get to your normal. Like, you fold pretty much. Like, you could be a historically good player, but when it comes to clutch moments, you just don't become that. You just not that same player. So it's just, yeah, JJ, man. I said I don't want to be pessimistic. Hopefully, he can figure it out, but it's tough. I thought they called a foul there. I could have. This was a foul. Cause I'm pretty sure that was a foul. He couldn't be talking about that play. I remember seeing that. They blew the whistle on that, and then like Jay McDaniels or whatever his name is grabbed for the ball, but Luka held it. Maybe it happened again. Maybe that was the second time that happened. They bumped into each other. They just so happened to be in the same position.
Inbound. That was let's just start with Luka got tripped.
Okay. So yeah, that must have been the. Let's see. Go back to I guess LeBron. See what people saying about him. I ain't really getting to that. Ooh, this is a very very interesting conversation. This is the type of stuff I mean with the Celtics. Kevin Love would have been way better had he played with Kobe instead of LeBron. Y'all recognize him as a great, as the great he is. If he wasn't made a third option on a stacked roster, Kevin Love is a top 75 NBA player. It doesn't take his legacy to LeBron toxic fan base. And I think the thing is with Kobe, Kevin Love would have been implemented into the triangle offense, just like Paul Gasol was, and how that led to a certain level of success. Multiple rings with Paul being the second option and actually being a pivotal piece outside of just a three-point shooting white boy. I mean, that's essentially what Kevin Love became. He just became a big-ass Kyle Korver. And Kevin Love was way better than that, honestly. Just talent-wise, post-game, all those different things. But, it's a good conversation, honestly. LeBron getting blocked by a 6-foot nigga. Start the retirement tour next season. Granddad is crazy. It's crazy. Welcome to the West. LeBron, you ain't playing. Useless. Teams in the East anymore. Yeah, that is different, man. You got real life superstars that's not scared of you. Anthony Edwards wasn't backing down at all. Austin Reeves, Brig, down 3-1 season over. LeBron turning 41 next year. That's crazy.
care. He's old.
Nobody fears Gronk.
I don't care. He's old.
And all I can tell y'all is nobody feared LeBron.
What are your thoughts on Mark?
Yeah, I ain't even trying to get into what they're saying right there, but I think LeBron, I think Ant, just like KD, it's similar when you're that younger brother and you know you could beat the older brother. It's like I'm getting by him, or I'm being able to stick with him, and you could kind of see that they're not coming with the same intensity. It's like it's a very subtle, I guess, kind of nuanced thing maybe, but on the court, I feel like you're able to pick that up, or on the field or in the boxing ring, wherever you may be at, you're able to pick those things up. And I think Ant picked it up, bro. He tried to have a psychological game with LeBron, and I think it may have worked, honestly. LeBron didn't show up in the second half, and that says a lot. Like, I'm just thinking, because first half, they up 11. Ant starts pushing them, start doing the shoving shit. They start to make that run. The Lakers come out in the third quarter playing good, getting the good rebounds. The Timberwolves defense leaving a lot of open threes. They score a lot of buckets, but LeBron really didn't do too much. It comes to the fourth, he didn't get any points. LeBron, I guess he had 7 in the third, but when it came to the fourth, he didn't get any points. So I wondered, is that psychologically when Ant starts to turn it on again? Because last 5 minutes, Ant went crazy. Ant early in the game showed LeBron, I'm not playing with you. I'm here. I'm going to kill you. I'm sure you're talking other type of shit. Get to the fourth. After you doing all that hoorah and you actually there and you actually hitting and you rising to the occasion, could make a dude fold. It's LeBron, so I don't want to say that because he won the all-time greats, but maybe Ant seen something. I ain't going to lie. Ant trying to send his idols KD and LeBron home back-to-back years. Some WWE shit. Nah, it's reality. Having Luka and the refs on your side and still couldn't win. LeBron is a fucking fraud. Sheesh. Honestly, boy had like 20-something attempts at the free throw line. It's crazy. LeBron defensive brilliance will get lost either because of the result, but I know what I saw. I couldn't believe what I was watching was real. Nah, he played great at times on defense. I won't argue that, but at the same time, gotta do it on both ends.
Physicality, and this is on the. So again, this is 2 straight possessions where Ant is just turning up the level of physicality.
And the thing with LeBron, he's just running straight too. He's not giving no head fakes. He's not hesitating. He's not trying to cut. He's not pivoting. So that just little stuff like that, I feel like you just playing into Ant like mind games. I think Ant is seeing that shit. It's like, oh, he not even really giving me no challenge for real. Like, keep going at him.
So again, this is 2 straight possessions where Ant is just turning up the level of physicality.
Like, he asking for the refs and shit.
Now he's got his numbers. I thought they were going to enter the ball into the.
Now, refs ain't gonna save you.
That's not even the freedom of movement. You know when you're playing.
Well, Richard Jefferson so salty. But at the same time, with big guys, you got to do your work early. You can't let Shaq get to the paint. So, I mean, it ain't necessarily a freedom of movement. Like, I feel like you should be able to stop dudes from being able to – you can't just let it – like, that's the same thing as saying I could just let a guy into the paint, like, on offense, even though he don't have the ball. Like, nah, bro, I'm boxing him out. I'm making sure I get leverage. Like, dudes kick guys out the paint all the time. And not letting dudes get get down on the block early so they can get easy baskets. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's a normal part of basketball is fighting for positioning. And I'm not about to just let you get down this court unimpeded. And even where most dudes do it when it's on ball, but shit, Ant was doing it off ball too. Like, now I'm going to give you a hard time every time I see you. People so messy. Which duo you taking? Obviously, Shaq and Kobe. Like, what are we talking about? Kobe's a better defender than Luka and LeBron at this point, and Shaq is too. Shaq is a better scorer than Luka, like reliable scorer. Like, when Luka's hot, he's amazing, but Shaq off night, he's giving you 30. Luka off night, he might give you 22, 25. Like, you just get the ball to Shaq, he dunking that bitch. What are we talking about? I take a dunk over a step back any day. And we talk about Kobe. Kobe's a better scorer and better second option than LeBron at this age. What are we talking about? That's not really even close, especially when you put the defense. Steph Curry is the GOAT. I ain't getting into that. All right, man. Let's see what else we could talk about before I get up out of here. Lakers averaging 17 points in the fourth quarter of this series with Luka and LeBron on their team. Redick is a horrible coach. That's not horrible coaching. Once again, when you got two ball-dominant guys, they start to play clash, and then they're also not getting nobody else involved because it's all they pretty much trying to get themselves going most of the game. Brother, you 6'9", 250, but you settle for a deep three instead of attacking the paint. How much time? That's what I'm talking about. I said I wanted to ask about LeBron's late game shot selection. There's a little less than a minute left. You up 2. So this shot, the turnover and the foul in itself is 3 huge possessions you gave away. And being 40 don't have shit to do with that. That's just, like I say, it feel like LeBron over the years have had integral faults. And that's led to 6 championships that he lost for the most part. There's some context to be had for a couple of those rings, but most of those rings feel like there's integral faults to why he lost those rings. But he's also so great he was able to win 4. Here, integral faults start to show. Late game, LeBron starts to get very tense. I've seen this before. I've seen this story before. Damn near a minute left, you up 2, and you shooting from the logo. I get it. You had a great night when you did it the other night. You had like 6 to 9 points back-to-back, right? But y'all were losing. This is a different circumstance when y'all, or it's a different circumstance when y'all up. This shot is nowhere is healthy for your team versus you being aggressive when you're down 12 points or whatever it may be. Like you just bailed out the defense. When I seen, if I was on defense and I seen that shot, I'd have been like, thank God we about to win. Like, if he made that, I live with it. Luka got absolutely exposed on defense today. The Wolves picked on him all game. Yeah, I said that they just kept going at him. Every time they got a chance, they were hunting for him. And that in itself just speaks to, like I said, a big fault. You're going to bring 38 points to the game, but how many possessions you gave up on defense? You only had 1 assist. Like, how far is that really going to help your team actually be productive and good? So, like, I would argue that 38 points in real life is a Mike D'Antoni inflated 25, 26. In reality, like, it's really probably worth 26 points when you talk about you don't play no damn defense. And you're going to give up another 13 easy points on the other side. Then you gave up however many turnovers with no assist. So it's like, how much is that 37, 38 points really worth to your team when you a liability on defense, turnover prone, and in this moment not giving no assists, no rebounds, no nothing else. Just jacking up shots pretty much and taking away from, chemistry. So that's interesting. I would be interested in see if that was ever a metric of that. It's like, yeah, you ball dominant, but if you don't play defense, it's gonna be able to be pointed out with this statistic. Be interesting to see. But yeah, I would easily say that 37 was only worth about 30 points, 28 at max.
We saw you laughing together today. You were getting very physical with him, pushing him. What's been like to go against him, and were you trying to make a point when you wrestled him?
Yeah, it's gonna be physical, man. I wouldn't say I was trying to make a point, but just let them know that we here. We ain't just gonna push us around all night. I mean, because I'm not gonna lie, he's strong. It's hard to keep him from, like, he posted me up. He got all the way to the rim. I was glad he missed the layup, but he a lot stronger than me. But just let him know that we're gonna be here all night, and I'm gonna be a pest to him. Whenever I get on him, I'm gonna try to get up under his skin. I'm gonna try.
See, you gotta understand, bro. A dude said that to LeBron in 2010 would be blasphemy. Like, being this confident, talking this much shit. It's different times we in, man. We're in a different era.
We played together at USA. He was like a big brother to me. He looked out for me, helped me out a lot, reading the game, IQ and everything. So, just trying to be a pest to him out there.
You and LeBron we saw you laughing together today. You were getting very physical with him, pushing him.
Only taking 2 attempts to, bro, that just speaks to a certain level of. I mean, I get it tired, but even then, I don't know. It's tough, bro. 2 shots, that's tough. Hey, I don't know what Buddy said my fault for, but he definitely said my fault. And then Jimmy got up shaking his head. Buddy ended up putting his head back down like, fuck. They say Buddy be fucking up. Hey, man, we got to talk about this Shedeur Sanders situation. I almost forgot about that. Man. What blasphemy happened on draft night, bro? That shit's crazy. Still don't believe it. Still can't believe the Browns ended up picking him up after they got Dylan fucking Gabriel. It's like, it speaks to a lot of different conversations. But the one thing I probably speak on is how they talk about it can't be racism because Cam Ward got picked number 1. It's like that's the thing about, I guess, lacking understanding of history. racism never was founded in logic. Racism was always based in emotions, and just any given Sunday you can get hung. Any given Sunday you can get drugged or whatever good reason. Like, it wasn't like when they decided to beat us or whip us or do any of the grotesque things they decided to do, that they had reason behind it. So a lot of the things were temperamental, emotional reactions that they would have towards us. So when someone says something's racism and you compare it to how they treat another black person, that's even throughout history when they were racist. There was such things as house niggas that got different treatment than field niggas. Like, that's just normal shit. Like, so, and I'm not calling Cam Ward a field nigga, but I'm more going into how the preferential treatment of black people can exist in a guy that would go rape a black man and also have a black man in his house or his kid sucking on the titty of a black woman. How I'm pretty much saying there's no logic or consistent thread between racism and how they move and act. So when a guy like Shador is getting picked on and someone wants to point out that it could be racism, it's based on a lot of the indicators that his blackness might have upset them white people in a way that Cam Ward's blackness just hasn't done that. And that's completely possible because we've seen it throughout history where they could say, you're one of the good ones. So to me, dismissing it as, oh, well, the whole league is black and the number one quarterback was black. It's like, well, it goes into being a cookie cutter ass society. And if you just so happen to be outside the lines, even though you're still well within inside the legal lines of being a reasonable person, like, what has Shador even did besides have confidence and have a father that's behind him? That's enough to upset them. Is that structure from a black man? That a lot of racist people don't like that. They like the story of he made it out of nowhere and he wasn't supposed to come, because it's like, oh yeah, he's random, you know, he's a whatever. I'm just throwing shit out there, right? I'm not even trying to just act like this shit has reason behind it. Like I just said, it doesn't. But for the most part, when they see black people being successful, when they see the Tulsa, when they see we not bothered and they start to feel threatened that we could be better than them or we might improve more than them. And I'm talking about the people that's racist, that hits them a different way than a guy that's just getting on to get along, or a guy that just works at the mill up under a guy like he not a boss. He just another one of the, like, it's different how they might treat that black guy versus the black guy that's their boss. They might can't stand that shit. See, that's the difference, bro. And like I said, I like to share my perspective because shit could get deeper than just one black guy got good treatment, so why you don't think he didn't? Like, bro, he clearly, something about his lifestyle obsessed him. And when you look at his lifestyle, he doesn't do anything that bad to a point where you should be hating on him. They point out, he knocked the ball out of the ball boy hand, or he talked shit to the Colorado State quarterback, but the Colorado State quarterback was talking shit all week. Colorado State is a rival to Colorado. Shit get passionate. Johnny Manziel used to do all the flashy shit, still got number one. Baker Mayfield went to whatever fucking stadium and planted the Oklahoma flag in the middle of their field. Used to grab his crotch and all type of shit. Still went top first round. But when Shador, he comes from a flashy father that people didn't like to see successful, overly successful, good at multiple sports, might be the best player of all time in the NFL, and he played defense and a DB. They didn't like that. The fact he was unapologetic, the fact that he actually fucking threw a 5-gallon bucket of water on a reporter. They didn't like Deion Sanders. And the fact that when he made it and he keep making it, they don't like it. Now his son is a product of that. And he's going to get a lot of that hate. Sons don't even have none of the same. Like, he's flashy, but not to the same degrees of Deion. But that's enough for them to be like, we don't like you. And that's why he slid to the 5th round. Like, honestly, bro. The flashiness, the wanting to, even like saying he only want to play for a certain amount of team. Archie Manning did that. Or whatever his name is. The Manny, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning father did that. And no one slid to the 5th round. So it's just, when you look at history of the NFL, it's never been seen before. Even with the precedents that's been set, he's picky and he wants to pick the team he wants to play on. Okay, you may slide 10 spots. He's braggadocious or he's confident and cocky. Well, I mean, nigga, have you met a football player? That's every last football player, from the kicker to the third stringer. Everybody think they the best nigga on the field. What are we talking about? You can't be on the field if you don't think it. I'm just trying to think, like, what could you call out about Shador? There's nothing off the field. Then you talk about Travis Hunter winning the Heisman. Jimmy, like, I think Colorado had the most receivers on any team that get drafted. Who the fuck was throwing him the ball? It's just, Travis Hunter was a top 3 receiver target all season. Who the fuck was throwing him the ball? No passing. I mean, no pass blocking. One of the worst O-lines. He took the most sacks, but still was the most accurate. Had just as many yards, just as many touchdowns as any other quarterback in the nation with no run game and no O-line. All his receivers eating. What the fuck are we talking about? 5th round? And they want to, like, well, Will Howard didn't get drafted. Quinn Ewers went what they said. 7th round. Nigga. If Shador Sanders was on this fucking Texas team, Ohio would have had problems. That's all I'm saying. What team we had struggled against? Arizona State, we would have cooked them niggas. What are we talking about? Quinn Ewers was a fucking mess last year. And he deserved not to get picked high. But Shador all season was considered either the 1 or 2 option, best option as far as an NFL prospect. All season. From the beginning to the end to the day of the draft. It just don't make sense, man. It just don't make sense. Outside of collusion, outside of straight hatred, or possibly even racism. But it's definitely hatred. It's definitely hatred. Like, I'm sorry, bro. If we just go around, I'm just like, the Saints got a guy named Tyler or whatever the fuck. Played 1 season. Don't look very accurate. He looks like a wild guy that just throws off platform a lot, and he's gonna be able to make a good throw here and there, but he look like he's gonna get picked off a lot and gonna be very inaccurate. I can see his completion rating being less than 60% next year if he starts, just based on the few plays I've seen. And I just know when you talking about college quarterbacks and you start reaching on college quarterbacks, they're not that good. I'm just sorry. I've been watching them very hard based on just my life and just seeing some of the development. And a lot of these college quarterbacks cannot make NFL plays. So, yeah, it's just looking at a Tyler. He barely was able to. I don't want to shit on him, but, like, what are we saying, bro? Dylan Gabriel, he was cool, but he was a 6-7 year starter, bro. He been in college for 7-8 years. Same with the Tyler dude. He's 26 years old. Had one good year. Like, it's crazy. Then you get into some of the guys that's already in the league, like Russell Wilson, like the Giants. You going with Russell Wilson over? You going with Russell Wilson over Shador Sanders? And you want your fans to be excited about next year? What are we doing? Even if Shador is a bust, it was worth the risk. Like, I don't get it. Like, there's never been a guarantee when you make a draft pick. So even if Shador didn't work out, it's cool. In my opinion. I would think. But what other teams? The Steelers. Like, Vegas. Like, even with, I think one of them got Geno Smith. Like, okay, cool. Geno ain't the future. So I think there's a lot of colluding. I think it was a lot of hate. But let's see if there's any more combos. Hitting this down 4. They wasn't worried, bro. That's a different level of confidence. That's tough to look at. And coming for the throne. That's kind of funny. But this is what I'm saying. Kyrie is a better second option, even when he's inconsistent, like not being able to step up. Because it's like the team is kind of used to Luka being that guy that could go for 40, and Kyrie, he just need 18. And sometimes he may give you 25. Sometimes he may give you a 29, 30 points. Well, LeBron, whether he give you 27, 30, it just feels like it's more of it's less compatibility there with LeBron and Luka. Just like versus LeBron and Kyrie. The compatibility of just being able for Kyrie to be able to flow in moments and be able to be a microwave. Like, Kyrie can get it going off any bucket. Like, he just see one shot go in and Kyrie good. And that's different. Difference between Steph Curry and your favorite players, he's doing this with the entire defense guarding him and the entire offense depending on him. No whistle, too. That is true, bro. Like I said, when we talk about that top 10 talks, Kyrie, I mean, Steph is definitely above LeBron going into next year. There's no question about it.
Payton on the wing against Smith. Curry against Green. 6 on the shot clock for 3. Well, it's wet. Payton on the wing.
It's different, bro. Well, home court advantage being down 3-1 is crazy.
Here we go.
Upon review, LeBron James makes illegal contact to the wrist of Anthony Edwards. The play is being overturned for approximate foul on James.
Well, it shows it there that
Since LA called this time.
It's a game of inches, man. It's a game of inches. Whether he's 40 and his reaction skills a little slower, or whether I don't think that's the case, but regardless, I think whatever age, bro, game of inches. Could have went either way. If he was a split second faster, he hits the ball, it goes out on Ant. They get a chance to win the game. But vice versa. When it comes, this is what makes the Jordan legacy so great, bro. They all had moments where there was game of inches. There were moments where players had to step up, and for 6 years out of 6, bro, it wasn't just the refs was in his favor. It wasn't just the ball was rolling his way. Against all odds, against every circumstance that go against them, against every test that came up, the nigga passed. 6 out of 6 years, bro. Like, that's different, bro, because Jordan made mistakes. Jordan didn't play great every damn moment, but he was able to pull shit out for 6 out of 6. And this is an example where it didn't go LeBron way, but it's too late now. Should have had, honestly, you had 7 other minutes before this moment to get something done.
By Minnesota, LA is still charged this time out. Minnesota has one further challenge if needed.
here we go.
Lord have mercy. I love it, right? But like, look at the offense. Look 5 wide. Stand in the corner. Stand in the corner. Stand in the corner. Stand in the corner. Looks familiar, right? Either LeBron gonna do it or Luka gonna do it. That's their offense. That's easy to game plan against. And not only that, that offense in itself plays against itself because your guys do not get enough reps and movement to where they stand ready for the shit. Bro, you sit in the corner, bro. Oh, it's my turn. Oh shit, I wasn't ready. Like, that's how it is, bro. I just don't think people understand the psychology of keeping the ball moving, keeping guys out of their head. Like, when you spend too much time moving around, you're idle. Your mind start thinking. Versus you constantly cutting, you constantly backdooring, setting picks, get a touch here, get a shot, get a touch here, pump fake, got to kick it. Like, it keeps you active. It keeps your mind focused. It keeps you tuned in to, like, just the key moments and really keeps you locked in. That's why they say give these guys the ball, because they play harder on defense. They play harder on offense. They hit better picks when they get a bucket or two here or even just touch the ball. They say it all the time, a dude to be hurt, once he touched the ball, all of a sudden he magically healed. So it's no different with guys' energy, bro. Once the ball is flowing, bro, it gives guys the identity of I'm involved in the offense. Versus this, it creates a lot of stagnant thoughts. It creates a lot of stagnant energy, and that leads to lack of production late in pressure moments, bro. I'm sorry. So when you see this is why they're down 3-1, and why they're not figuring it out late. This is not chemistry. This is not championship basketball. Championship basketball is triangle offense. Championship basketball is some of the historic offenses we've seen with the Spurs, the Warriors, the Bulls. Every know that was a triangle. Some of the Celtics back in the day, like being able to make the extra pass, being able to start inside out, like step back three, it's cool, but you bailing the defense out. It's like you giving the defense you giving the defense an easier time in that possession and in the long run, because these other guys is just standing in the corner. So we're chilling, we're resting. That leads to more offensive energy on the other side. It's like it's too many compounding things, and that's what leads to them being down 3-1. I'm sorry, bro. They not running around. They not losing focus. And I feel like in the beginning of the third quarter, a lot of their offense was based off missed shots, second chance buckets, and fast breaks. When the game starts to slow down and they start to get into this half-court offense, this is what you're seeing. And this is when guys start to get stagnant. Austin Reeves got them 17 points, bro. The ball was moving up the court quick as hell. That's cool, bro. You live with that, because that shit not going to keep falling, bro. That shit not going to keep falling. Building the defense out in more ways than one. This shit was hilarious. Luka definitely hurt that. All right, man. I'm about to wrap it up. Get up out of here. Probably be back maybe tomorrow. We'll see. But when I'm back tomorrow, I'll probably do a music reaction video to Kevin Gates. And maybe I might put G Hubbard on the conversational. I might put him on the docket to break down. I heard a couple songs. I had downloaded it, but I didn't really get to listen to it. It's a long album. But 2 songs ended up playing back to back, and I'm like, oh, this all kind of tough. So I might get that whole spin, see if it's worth the reaction. But man, we up out of here. Lakers down 3-1. I ain't even getting the Shannon Sharpe shit. But we talked about Shador. Mostly sports today. The Shannon Sharpe shit look like it might be some more stuff to come out. But it's it's still a lot of up in the air, but it's not looking good for Shannon. He had to take a leave of absence, which I'm not mad at. I feel like ESPN was smart for doing that until you get, the atmosphere cleared. But at the same time, we've seen similar shit with Joy Taylor, and she's still working, but situations are maybe different. So we'll see. Maybe Shannon's one of those nasty guys, or maybe people just clout chasing again off his name or off another celebrity's name. But it sucks. Another black man or black legend getting cooked by the media and shit like that again, honestly. Now, we'll see if it's true or not, but as far as legacy, that's really what I should say. Not so much getting torn out by media, but another black man legacy getting pretty much poked at, whether justifiable or not, yet to be seen. But I'll leave it at